Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we'll be reviewing this heavily discounted Shelby Raptor. We're going to see if it is worth going for one of these trucks. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Carl Malone Ford here in Park City for giving me some time with this Shelby Raptor. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 3.5-liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, Shelby has tuned this and upgraded some things, so now it produces over 525 horsepower and then over 675 pound-feet of torque. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now, when it comes to looks, the Shelby Raptor looks fantastic. This is the best looking version of the Raptor. So they've got this custom hood with the vents. Looks really sharp. You can see the racing stripes there. You got more vents there at the top of the hood. And then the Shelby logo front and center looks really cool. And I like the added orange lights there on the grille as well. And then this bumper here with the light bar and the beefy recovery points also just puts everything together, and it looks really cool because you can see it's not going to pop up on camera very well, but you can see the live valve Fox shocks there behind the bumper, and that just adds to the fun. And then we've got 37-inch tall tires with this truck. They're wrapped around 18-inch wheels. So the truck has been, I think it's like a level, we'll check on the window sticker, but I think it's like a level kit to get it so that it's even front to rear with this. So they might even lift it a little bit. But anyways, really cool looking wheels. You got the red brake caliper there. You can see aggressive tires. They didn't change anything with the fender flares, but big Raptor fender flares, Shelby logo here on the side, and then you can see Shelby Super Baja as well. We got the chase rack with this. You can see the light bar that pops up top. And then this is one of the really cool things about the Shelby Raptor is you got two spare tires in the bed. Obviously it robs bed space, but it has that cool Baja truck appearance. And then you can see here with the bumper, you got little lights there in it. And again, just a really cool look. I mean, look at the back of this truck. It just looks special. So, yeah, when it comes to just, like I said, exterior styling, best looking Raptor, bar none. But they also changed the interior a little bit. So they pretty much keep the door panel stock, but they add these cool seats. I think these are the best looking seats that I've ever seen in a Raptor. We also have power side steps. Here's a quick look at the front. Again, with those power side steps. The payload does change because the stuff added. So it's got 525 pounds of payload. Wow. Then you can see here with the front seat. So I guess my 600-pound life can't drive a Shelby Raptor. Had to make the joke. They do add some carbon fiber throughout the interior as well. Got the Shelby signature. So again, they just kind of tweak things to make it feel and look a little bit more special. And by the way, getting into those steps is really easy. But yeah, this will lead us quickly to the sticker here. So this is the MSRP sticker. So yeah, suspension lift by Shelby. So they do lift the suspension a little bit. Yeah, BDS suspension kit to accommodate for 37s. Yeah, line and everything. But yeah, there's quite a bit added to it. So you can see the original MSRP, $144,620. Double check their website for the most up-to-date pricing. But as of me filming this day, I think it's like $125,000. So they're doing huge discounts. That's a huge discount off of MSRP on not just this, but just Shelby trucks in general. I'm going to talk about that in today's video, but let's take out this Raptor. Let us set off in the Shelby Raptor, which again, I still really like these trucks. I think they're really, really cool looking. I wanted one for quite some time. I could just never justify the price tag. Not that I don't think it's worth it, more so of it's out of my budget. 140. That's one thing I will say is I've noticed these new Raptors and with the Shelby truck, sometimes electrical stuff just constantly clicking, causing quote-unquote faults and everything, even though there might not be anything wrong with the truck. Good power. I just drove a Gen 2 Raptor before this, and it's interesting to see how different the Gen 2 and Gen 3 drive. They both are really nice. That's gonna get annoying. They're both really nice, The Gen 3 is definitely smoother. It's definitely a little more refined. I do like the interior though on the Gen 2 more. It's not as like fancy as the Gen 3, but just everything feels tighter. Feels like the pieces are glued on a little bit better. But regardless, this drives well. Smooth. It hides the speed. Geez, really hides the speed. But yeah, overall, I think they just did a really solid job. Again, a really solid job with the new Gen 3. And then with the Shelby stuff, it doesn't negatively impact the Raptor at all. It still drives like a Raptor, but you've got the really cool looks and obviously the added practicality of bigger tires in the bed so that you've got extra spares while you're off-road doing Baja driving. So it's just got a lot of practicality. And the thing I do like about the Shelby packages is they either drive the same as stock, as in they don't make the stock truck drive any worse, or they drive better. In the case of like a Shelby F-150 off-road with the supercharged V8 and everything that they've done there, that in my opinion drives better than the stock F-150 that it was built off of. Gonna let these people go and then we'll flip around here in a moment. Yeah, we've got quite a few coming up behind us. But yeah, let's talk about these Shelby trucks. Sales have definitely slowed. I think it's something that I could very easily say objectively, because I review a lot of these vehicles, including the Shelby trucks, and what I see is that even the old model year vehicles aren't selling, and they have huge discounts. Like this has a huge discount. We've got more Shelby trucks here in Utah, and like I've seen 22 Super Snakes that are still for sale, for example. That's another one that's a Shelby truck. And again, big discounts off of MSRP. People still aren't biting. So I think it's a few things. First off, the economy's just not in a great place. And whenever the economy goes to crap, the top gets cut off, right? This is not a necessity. This is like a dream truck. And so if the economy's good, yeah, people are willing to live out some of their dreams. When the economy's not so good, well, the dreams can wait, right? Got to put food on the table. So I think that's a big part of the reason. I think another part is everything's gotten expensive over the last few years, and these Shelby trucks have also gotten more expensive. So like a Gen 2 Shelby Raptor was about 120,000 bucks. This is now 144,000. And so I think that impacts things, is the big price increases that have happened. And then on top of that, Ford did not have a special Raptor when the Shelby Raptor first came out. But now Ford has the Raptor R. And I think that cannibalized so many Shelby Raptor sales, because, a Raptor R is less money than this is MSRP wise, and it's got a V8. So I think a lot of people are looking at that Raptor R and, saying, oh, I'd rather have that. So I think that part, and I think that Ford's like, I feel like Ford's at war almost with the Shelby trucks, because they released the Raptor R, so then that cannibalizes a lot of these Shelby Raptor sales. And then they release, and then also the Raptor R cannibalizes F-150 off-road, because people go, oh, because that was like, this was the cool Raptor, and then that was the cool supercharged V8 Ford, and the Raptor R is like a big lifted supercharged V8 Ford. And then Ford released that performance supercharger for the regular F-150, so then that cannibalizes the Super Snake sales. So yeah, I don't know. I wonder if Ford, if that's like my conspiracy, is Ford's like at war with the Shelby trucks. I don't know. It'd be weird because, they buy a lot of trucks from Ford, so they help Ford's sales, but who knows. Regardless, there's big discounts on these. And so if you've been looking for a Shelby truck, I'm not going to say that this is the best time ever, but I've never seen discounts this big on Shelby trucks before. This is like the biggest discount time that I have ever seen since I've been reviewing these. Because like before, it was, the Shelby Raptors didn't really get discounted too much, if at all. And then everything else, it's got some discounts where it's like, this is 20,000 off of MSRP. That's crazy. That is such a big discount. I mean, this is closer in price to a 2019 Shelby Raptor than it is to what its MSRP is. Let me know your thoughts.